This is Coleman's HyperFlame FyreKnight Camping Stove, a hot and robust way to cook while you're on your camping expeditions. Let's check it out.
Hit it.
Hey guys, Ben from Snows here today with a really popular stove. This is the Coleman HyperFlame FyreKnight Camping Stove. It's a really hot stove and they've got a few interesting technologies in there that reduce the need for wings on the sides to protect it from wind. You can use it with really large pots. I'm going to run through all the features today. I'll fire it up and show you how it works too. So this is how it looks when it's packed up. So we can fold this handle here up to make it as small as it can be. So it's about 7 kilos or just over 7 kilos and measures about 62 centimeters in length. It's about 36 centimeters from front to back here at its furthest point and about 13.5 centimeters high. Now when it's unfolded, there's a catch at the front here. If we fold this up, it then measures about 62 long still, sorry. It's about 45 centimeters from where the handle is here to the back of the lid here. And from top to bottom here, from the bottom of the feet here to the top is about 39 centimeters. And that might give you a bit of an idea on how it fits on your camp table or into your camp kitchen. Now when you buy the stove, you get the stove with all these wind guards and everything included. You get a regulator. Now this regulator needs to be used with the stove at all times. This enables you to use it with little disposable propane cylinders like this. This fits into the side of the stove here. And then these bottles attach to here, so it allows you for a nice lightweight setup. Alternatively, it also comes with a 1.5 meter hose to attach to an LPG bottle. Now when you use this hose, you still need to use this regulator. So you attach your regulator on the end here, you attach the hose to the regulator, and then you attach the other end of the hose, which is a 3/8 BSP fitting, to the top of a gas bottle here. Now you can also use this on large 9 kilo bottles like this guy here. You just need either a different hose with a POL fitting that will fit into here, or an adapter that goes from a 3/8 BSP to the POL, but it's perfectly legitimate to use it on either of these gas bottles or the little portable cylinder here as well. And the most important thing to remember is that no matter what gas, what cylinder you use, you need to have this regulator in the system. So that means that you're not going to be able to attach it to a regulated gas supply in a caravan because it'll be double regulated as such. You can't attach this without this being in the system. Have to use this regulator. So I'll do a bit of a tour around the stove to show you all the features. Now I'll close this down. There's a nice big heavy duty latch here to keep that lid closed in transit. And we'll start on the very bottom. If I flip this over, show you the feet. These feet here are integrated into the plastic bumpers on the side here, so you can't remove them. So there's always this little gap underneath here, which allows airflow. It's probably a good thing, nothing more to see under there. On the front here, we've got this nice big handle. Now this folds up flat if you go upwards here. It just stays on a slight angle when you go down that way, but it's a nice big carry handle. Makes it easy to transport the stove. You've got your 2 dials on the front there for both of the burners inside, and right at the far end over here is the piezo ignition, so you can light the stove without the need for any extra lighters, matches or flints. Looking at the outside of the stove, this is all steel construction here, powder coated steel with nice heavy duty plastic bumpers on all the corners. That's on each of these here, so the stove's nice and protected, and it's going to stay well protected if it's in the back of the car. And looking at the back, just a couple of heavy duty hinges here. Bit of an extra feature here because it doesn't have doesn't have supports on the side. It relies on these hinges to keep the lid open, so they're sort of heavy duty hinges to make sure that this lid doesn't bend back too far. We'll just open it up, have a look inside now, undo this latch here, fold this up, and you can immediately see that traditionally stoves have had windshields on the sides here. They've utilised this system here to do away with that, but it does mean that this lid is completely supported by the hinges here. They've added in a little tab on the side here that you can fold down and just insert into the slot here, which gives that back windshield just a little bit more support, and we're good to go. Now in here, this is where the HyperFlame or the sort of technology or different technology comes into play. These windshields here are what replace the windshields that traditionally were on the side of camp stoves. These are removable, and I'm going to pick it up to kind of show you what they look like. So these here are designed to act as actual wind brakes to the flame inside here. So this slows down any strong winds and reduces the effect that wind has on the burner that's inside here. So you can see when the flame's burning inside here, it's pretty well protected. So by doing that, they've integrated both the pot support and the wind protection into this one burner here. And what that means is you've got unimpeded space for nice large pots. So this is a nice big 32 centimeter pot here. I can put that on there. I could even fit a slightly bigger pot if I like. It's over the side here. I could fit another pot of the same side on the other side of the stove. And I've got loads and loads of cooking space on here. Now each of these burners is about 12,000 BTU when they're turned up high. They're different than most other burners on the market. They look pretty cool. Quite a big burner, lots of holes in there, really hot. So total of 24,000 BTU for the stove. And with the stove on full, both of these burners running on full, to get an idea of gas consumption, you get about an hour of runtime from one of these 450 gram canisters. So I guess on average about 450 grams an hour. So if you've got a 2 kilo bottle, you're going to get around about 4 hours of burn time out of one of these if you've got it on full. Now I'm going to connect it up and light it up for you, because there's been a few questions about how well this simmers, and there is a very fine line between simmer, or probably a fast simmer, and hot on this. Ideally they cook quickly, so if you're cooking barbecues and that sort of thing, they're good. If you're boiling water, it's good. If you're cooking slow simmer stews, you're probably going to find that the adjustment's just a little bit too fine to be ideal for you. But let's connect it up and get started. So the first thing we're going to do is grab this regulator and screw it into the side here. We push that into place, screw this sleeve over the top just until it's firm. Doesn't need to be really tight, just make sure it's firm. From here we grab our hose and we're going to connect it to the regulator here. So we grab this end, the BOM fitting, and we attach that to the bottom of the regulator. Like I said, this regulator needs to be in the system all the time. You can't run this without a regulator, and you can get replacement regulators too should yours eventually start to underperform after many years. And then we attach this to the bottle here. This hose is a little bit stiff at the moment, but it'll do the job for us now. Now you want to test all the fittings on here, preferably with soapy water. Make sure there's no leaks in place before you light anything. And I should also mention too, we're lighting this inside here today. It's in a big space and we're only going to be lighting it temporarily, but ideally you want to use these outside. You really shouldn't be using LPG in confined spaces. Now to get the stove started, we want to use a combination of our piezo igniter here, and we turn on the gas on this side here. So to turn it on, we're just going to turn it around to the right here. There's a little dial here that shows a picture of a flame and a circle, obviously if we're turning it towards the flame. And I also need to turn the gas on. So at the same time of turning our dial on here, I'm going to be ready with the piezo on this side. I don't want to let it run before lighting it and let the gas escape. So as soon as I turn this, I'm going to hear gas hissing and we'll press the piezo. Now these stoves tend to sort of be on or off. So this goes quite a few turns around, and I can't hear the flame getting any sort of bigger as I turn it most of the way. So if I go back, I'll see how close I can get to simmer. It turns a lot of time, so it's hard to know just where. Well, that's off now. So if I can turn that right down. There's a very small fine line between off and full bore. It's about quarter of a turn really. So you can certainly turn it down. You can just see, I don't know if you can see it on the camera there, but you can just see a flame there now, and I can feel heat over the top. And then from there to about here is full bore. So there's not a lot of difference between simmer and all the way on with this stove. So you certainly can simmer or make slow cook meals on here, but there's just a very fine line between full bore and off, despite the fact that this turns around all the way. But the knob's quite easy to use, it turns smoothly and it lights really easily. As most of the features of the HyperFlame stove, I do want to show you a few accessories that you can get with it. Now I'm not going to touch this side because it's hot, but with this being removable, if we take that off, there is griddle plates and grills that are available. I've only got the griddle plate here with me now, but I can sit this in here that actually comes off the top. So this is an accessory that you can buy to go with your stove. That now gives me a grill plate with the nice hot burner underneath to cook sausages or whatever on, and a bit of a drip tray underneath there. There is also a hot plate that you can get. We don't have any here right now. They've been available intermittently, but you can actually create like a hot plate on one side and a grill on the other. Most people, they just use it as a traditional camping stove with these two on each side, and like I said, you can fit nice big fry pans or pots on top of this. Another accessory you can get is a carry bag. There's a HyperFlame carry bag here, which is a padded carry bag that you can put it in. Alternatively, there are plenty of other carry bags available on the market. You just need to make sure it fits the dimensions of the stove here, because it is quite big. One last thing I will mention is that because you can remove these, it does make the stove really easy to clean on top here. There's no set of grills or anything to try and get in underneath. That is the Coleman HyperFlame FyreKnight Camping Stove. It's a durable, reliable, and really hot option for cooking when you're out camping. You can grab these online at snowies.com.au at our lowest prices every day. If you've got any questions though, let us know down in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel, we'll send you all of our latest information, or check out some other videos like this one down here.